I was talking to a friend one day and he said, I want to do a project truck. I want to buy a real truck and I want to paint it. I don't know why, I just wanted to. Paint some stuff in my back room. I love painting the toys. I love painting whatever, all the action figures. But I decided I wanted to try a real truck. Very first time I did it. Never done this before. One time I tried with some rattle can primer on my old Bronco and it turned out horrible. This time I bought a compressor. I bought some spray guns from Harbor Freight. And this truck doesn't leak. It's a Dodge Dakota 1993. It needed just a little bit of work. It runs fine. It just needed a better appearance. So that's what I did, and that's what I accomplished. This is by no means showroom. Like I said, I've never done this before. I'll pop in and out in the video to show you what I did or explain what I did, but this wasn't never meant to be that this rolled right off the showroom floor. This is a backyard paint job with a $50 gallon of rustoleum paint. I might have referenced it wrong in this video, calling it 1 stage, 2 stage. I don't know. This is just a rustoleum safety red enamel paint. That's what I used. Like I said, the truck just needed some something to make it look a little better, in my opinion. That's what I was looking for. Wasn't looking for nothing bigger than this project, and this was perfect for the first one. And I'll see you guys here in and out of the video. Thanks for watching. I know it's been a while, but this kind of took up all the time that I had, to finish the project. So there's a lot of spots in the video where it's sped up and slowed down so it's not 3 hours long. Thanks for watching.
Man, this shit ain't coming off. Not the back. It's not coming off the back. Even with this stuff, I'm gonna try the Goo Gone. I don't know. This stuff came off okay. This came off okay. Down the side came off okay. But it's getting kind of rough down here. Probably get it to this right here, this spot, and have to sand the rest. Like right here, where I started sanding. But I don't want to sand it right now because I'm still going to be driving it.
The white vinegar worked. I couldn't believe it. I soaked it all night. You can see right here, I'm peeling all the paper towels back. And I covered it with some plastic. Then I wiped the lava off, as you can see. It was crazy. But it actually worked. So, this is the top of the roof. We're going to hit that first.
Way more clean now. Way more clean. Floor probably needs. There's many more cleanings to go. This is just to knock the dirt off. Get a little bit clean. Man, I had to bring out the scrubbing bubbles in this bitch. I actually cleaned it up, and then I hit it with some Windex. But it's a lot cleaner than what it was. Definitely a lot cleaner. Might be time to change the air filter. Hell yeah. It's a little dirty. Should probably go 100,000 miles an hour more now. Yep. It's a little dusty. I need to paint this. Take it off and paint it.
Here we're going to get ready to sand a hood after the vinegar. So, if I were you guys, buy a better sander than I did. Spend more than 25 bucks for a sander. Now we're going to pull it into the garage and then get it out of the sun. The sun was just like baking me up. So sanded it all down where I wanted it to be. And this was only a temporary fix until I wanted to paint the truck, because I just want to get rid of that roof. Just wanted to straighten out the roof as much as I could. So after getting it all down, getting all the rust off as much as I could, I hit it with some alcohol, and then right here is like right before I pulled it in the garage. And then after that, I'll show you pictures here. After I got done, I was happy with it. I just painted it white real quick. Could have waited until I was getting ready to paint the whole truck to do this process and just leave it in my garage, but I decided just go ahead and just paint it white just to see what it looked like.
Alright, I know this isn't the right way to do it, but I did it. Seen some stuff on YouTube, a little more rust than I thought when I started grinding it away. But we're going to put some fiberglass and then some Bondo it up. This is only a temporary fix, I know. This isn't a show car. This is just a everyday driver to make it look kind of neat. That's all. Change it up a little bit. That's all. Here's what is cut off with a regular house knife, steak knife. Not too bad, to be honest with you. I don't know. I know it's the wrong way to do it again. I know that, but we're going to get down further behind, get it in a little bit. Then we're going to patch her up, see how it goes. So, a lot better than I thought. I know this is not a permanent solution. I know this is kind of a don't do this, but I'll do it anyway. Okay, here we have it. I know this is wrong, so don't you do it. Just let me do it. I'm not a body guy, so I'm not going to keep saying that in the videos to bore you to death, but this is pretty sturdy. It's not the best, but I'm going to put some fiberglass sheets on here to tighten it up. See? I know, you're probably going to say, well, you're not going to get all the rust out, it's going to come back. Well, that's fine. Sometimes you have to keep your relationship going with your truck. Alright. This is what it looks like before I put the mat on it. The mat. But it's pretty solid. Yeah, I know there's rust. It moves, that doesn't move a little. I mean, it's, the reason I put the foam in there is because I didn't want all this stuff given too easy. It's pretty solid for, it's pretty for solid the wrong way of doing it, is all I got to say. It's pretty solid. Pretty solid. We're going to go with that. Maybe in a year now, from here I'll make another video, or 6 months. It's all rotten out. We'll get there. Right now we're just going to make it look pretty. That's all. Just get back up a little bit, like just, yeah, there you go, all the way down there. Turn it, just turn the camera. You ain't got to move your body. Well, I can't see it now. What are you doing?
You said.
Just.
Oh.
Damn, man, you got to learn how to do
I can't
something.
go over there, man.
You could get doing it, Dodo.
Shut up. I'm going to try you do that again. Make a fun again.
Here, I'm not. Here, turn that off for me so I get my fire, all my. where it has rust, I gotta get back here and clean this up back here a little bit some more though. Where it has rust, I'm gonna cut it out. Then I'm gonna wire brush or wire steel, get as much as that I can, get rid of all the rust. Then Bondo a little bit. I had this line. This is where the fender flare goes. So we're good. Did scuff it up though. Probably can't tell. Look at this scuffed up. Your head pointed at the bolt. This right here.
Now we're where we're supposed to be, I guess, when it comes to primer. The primer was great. That was no problem. No bugs, no issues. I guess because it wasn't enamel, I don't know. This is where I got it, where I think I needed to be with the body work. Like I said, I'm not a body guy. This is not something you should do. This is just for your own entertainment to see what happened. Definitely don't do what I do, because it's probably not the right way. But the primer was nothing. Primer was easy. I got a 1.4, I think, or 1.8, 1.4, one or the other. I bought a primer gun from Harbor Freight, and I bought a paint gun from Harbor Freight. But the primer process came out perfect. Really easy, really good. I almost wanted to clear coat over the primer because it looked pretty cool, just that color. So I almost left it this way. I probably should have, because I didn't know what was in store for me after this part. I thought, man, this is pretty easy. I got no runs. I don't know. Maybe I got one or two, but you can sand them out. It's just like 2 coats of primer. Should have put 3 or 4 and sanded it down again, but I didn't. I thought, this is perfect, man. Look at the roof. Look how smooth it is. And I know you're going to tell me primer hides a lot, but look. Perfect. Well, it didn't get too perfect after this. I should have stopped here and just put a matte finish over it. But here's me doing some primering. This is the first coat, the tacky coat. And then here's me painting it red the second time. We'll get to that in a minute.
Huh? Why?
So on the driver's side, you can't see it, is where the bugs were attacking my truck. The more I painted, the more the bugs came. We'll talk about it a little bit more later here in a second. Went with a matte, flat black on the fender flares. These turned out great, perfect, completely happy with it. Really nice and smooth. The low gloss black I was using for the grill and the side pieces that the lights go in. Well, you know what I mean. The whole grill. Here's why I primed the front bumper, and I had a little bit more priming I did off camera, and I hit it with some low gloss black as well.
You can't see it, but there's imperfections of when I sand it. This is rustoleum. You probably can't see it because of the sunlight, but I have spots all on this side.
Here's where I started to panic when I was painting the truck. I couldn't go as my own pace because the more I put paint on the truck, the more the bugs would come. I'd wait for 20 minutes after each coat I put on it, more bugs would come. I'm talking big bugs, little bugs, Jurassic Park size bugs, okay? At least 15 to 20 on the driver's side. That side was next to the grass, but I was at least 4 foot away from the grass. But I knew this was an issue when you paint outside without a booth. I'm going to get a portable booth. I plan on doing this again, so I learned my lesson here. My second mistake was to leave it out in the sun because I thought maybe if I left it out in the sun, it would dry the paint better. Well, it caked the bugs right into the paint. When I took the bugs out the next day to try to get them out and sand them out, some of the bugs went down to the damn metal. But anyway, a lesson learned, but it worked out in the end.
I have to respray this part of the truck. And the hood has gotten messed up with imperfection of overspray. So I'm going to respray this panel back here, the roof and the hood, and this door. I'm masking off the front fender. Yeah, so this side didn't turn out too bad, but still it's not the best. I got some orange peel like a son of a bitch, but this is okay. I had to I re-glossed this, did some sanding. The reason why I had to sand this stuff out is because of the damn bugs that flew into it. I'm gonna get some fans set up this time. See what happens.
Okay, it's the respray day. There was a lot of masking off. What I probably should have done was just lightly sanded the whole truck and resprayed it again. But at this point, I was kind of done with it. I just wanted to get it done. I had no timetable. I could have waited, but I just didn't want to. It was a hot 2 weeks. But here we are. Here's the grill downstairs. I wanted the letters to be red after I painted the grill black. I'll show you here real quick. I'm going in with the airbrush and I'm just putting some primer on it. And then I gave you like a real quick picture, or I filmed it red with the red letters. They were tacky. I just got done painting them red right here. No big deal. They came out really smooth. This is one of the better things that turned out on the truck, actually. But here, now that I'm this next picture here, getting ready to come up, is after I was done painting it, that whole left side right there, as you can see, that's the driver's side, of course.
Alright, it's been since I fixed all the bugs. All the bugs came out of this side. There's imperfections underneath the paint, but that's okay. It's not a restore, it's a facelift. Tires will get done. Got some things to touch up, the windows to clean up, overspray on the windows. Got the front bumper on. Here's where I gotta fix the fucking tire right here. Overspray, got to paint all this. I painted all this on both sides. Painted all that in here. Tire. Cut the camera off by accident. There's a lot of overspray. I'm gonna get all that out. I'll show you the difference. This came out pretty good. It's not the best. Nice and smooth, a little shiny. It's only single stage. It's not, meaning by single stage, it's just rustoleum. Safety red right in here, where you can see. Got it all black. Nice and smooth. Paint job, don't have any runs. I've got most of them down, but that's what she looks like right now. Quick run around. All right, now that I got it all sanded down properly, I didn't do a great job when I was trying to film and sand at the same time. I'm not really good at that, but I got it down pretty good and got all in the crevices. This is not perfect. I know I should, if these were gonna be red or spray them chrome or whatever it may be, I would have probably took a wire wheel and got some imperfections out like that, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for like a real quick facelift on this thing, and I'm gonna go pressure wash this, let it dry, and we'll get ready to paint. Now that I sprayed off the tire and got it all cleaned up as much as I'm gonna get it clean, I had to let the air out of the tire because I've seen people on YouTube take index cards and playing cards, and my friend at work told me to throw some playing cards in here and paint the rims, but it's virtually impossible. I tried both index and playing cards. I had to let the air out of the tire to get in between there, and believe me, I tried without doing this old school way right here, just like when you were a kid with a bike. Just use a stick. So this is just easier, seems to work better. So we'll get back here in a minute, let some air out, put the cards in, and we'll show you where I'm at. Alright, first coat's light. Here's where the cards. While I'm here, I'm going to use the same paint right here, using the flat matte. I used a low gloss on the bumpers. We're going to do the bolts. Might as well do them here. Check back in right after we get done painting the rim. Probably can't tell out here, but it is nice and black, nice and flat black, how I wanted it. I'm going to take the cards out, and then after that, we're going to pump up the tire back up to where it's supposed to be, because when I start painting this, I don't want to paint it with it not being completely pumped up, because I don't want anything to mess up the paint job on the letters I'm going to put on here. But this is before. This is before. It's the same tires it came with. They're not bad tires, but anyway, I'm going to pump this up, and then we're going to start painting her up and getting this finally done. All right, the tires all pumped up, ready to go, and this is the part I've been dreading, because there's 3 of them. I did 3 of these this way. I hope the tires last a little long with the color. I've been sealing it as well. I've been painting the tires with acrylics. I know you're not supposed to do that, everybody does the pen thing, but I've been sealing it with sealer, clear sealer, and I put like 3 or 4 coats of sealer on there after I'm done through the day. I got to paint everything, all these letters white first, then I got to paint them yellow, and then I got to go back in and cut it in and do some cleanup or some edges where I can't get it perfectly inside the lines, but I try my best. But here we go. Last tire. The only thing I can be appreciative of is that it's very windy, because since I've been working on this truck, it's been 91 degrees or more with humidity 50-60%, hot as hell, but it's worth it. At the end here, it's coming down to the end. I'll show you back here in a minute when I get the tires white. All right, there we go. We got the white. It's not the best, but there's some imperfection. I mean, there's some cleanup, especially over there on that O. See? Take your time. I got some fixing up to do, but I'll let this dry. All of it's not too bad. Some of it's in good shape. Not a whole lot of cleanup, but it's where I need it to be. So here's the white. Now we're going to go over to the fender flare and put that on. Gotta drill a couple holes. Let's go over there. It's very windy out today. You can see the box. See the red. I'm going to get all this black. I would do it as I'm holding the camera, but I don't want to compromise any of the red paint that I painted. That's good. See the trees? They're moving around pretty good. So I don't like that. Spray paint and wind don't go together. Got my all-around bit here from Farber Freight. I don't know how good this brand is, but it's good enough for what I want to do with it. So we have the hole here, have the hole here, have a hole there, one up here. We're going to have to drill one here. Got rid of all this rust. And then we got one here, or here. I think we'll be okay here, and that's plenty of it right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting this on. We're going to drill it up. I can't do it holding it and doing it at the same time. Probably can't see it, but well, when we come back, I'll have it all drilled up and put in. We'll see what it looks like. Okay, we're back over here at the wheel. We're done the flare. Show you that in a minute. I don't know why I'm doing this part of the video. I could have just done this at the end, but when we're done yellow and tighten her up and put some clear gloss on it, put her back on the truck.
Now this took forever, about an hour and a half a wheel, start to finish. On the internet, I know they sell stencils. I didn't know that until after I was done all this. But buy a stencil, you can get a custom stencil made, and then put it on, spray paint it, you're done. But I'm happy how it turned out. I've always wanted yellow letters. I know it doesn't sounds dumb, but This next picture here is a front bumper after I got it put back on. I went from 400 grit, 600 grit to 1000 grit. I wet sanded the headlights into turning signals to get some of that oxidation off the headlights.
Can't tell if how sun's out here too much, I don't know. It's got some water spots on it. It's got some water spots, did some touch up. I haven't haven't even washed it or waxed it yet. So, you know, painted all the wheel wells black. Tires, of course, yellow. They're pretty clean. But, no, you'll probably see some, like I said, water spots. Right here on the window, you can tell I didn't do the best job. I need to get a razor blade and get the rest of this overspray off. But got the accents done. The back is looking a lot better now. Yeah. I didn't do any rhino liner. I was going to, but I'm not. It's going to be everyday driver. I'm not going to rhino line nothing. I'm just going to leave it like that. I'll be going to the hardware store, putting stuff in the back. Got to fix the liner. Got to get some Loctite spray. I'm going to fix that liner. Not today, but the liner needs to be fixed. That's next. That'll be this weekend. Take a break from it for a little bit. But yeah, decided to keep the Dodge letters just what they are. I'm kind of done messing with it. There's a lot of things I could have done better, made it quicker, and a better product. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It turned out good. It wasn't meant to be a restored showroom look. But I screwed this mirror all up. I don't know if I showed that in the videos. I got a whole bunch of stuff put together and edit and put together, but I resprayed this today and had to mask all this off. So I'm happy with it. I like it. It looks good for first time, I guess. For me, window's dirty as hell. Like I said, I haven't washed it or anything. The only thing I did was go in here and clean the inside out some more. There's Mr. Touch Up right there in case I need it, but I have a half a gallon in the it's a little weathered on the dashboard. I didn't put no Armor All. This was just wiped down with, you know, it's just unfaded. It's fine. I'm leaving it as it is. I'm leaving her as it is. The only thing I'm going to fix is the headliner. I'm going to fix that and bring it up a little bit. The back is clean. Everything's clean. Clean as I'm going to get it. I got both my windshield wiper blades. I just don't have the blades yet, so I got to put those on. They're not on yet, but they'll be on this weekend. But there she is. Inside's red on red. Not real. I mean, red on red's not bad. It's not bad. I'm going to keep her as she is. Yep. Keep her as she is. Yep. Got to keep everything on her as she is. Like I said, you'll probably see some spots and shit like that. Water spots, because all I did is wrench her off a little bit and wipe her down real quick. Nothing real fancy. Still wet here, I think. No, that's just the plastic. But yeah, that's it. That's all she wrote. Finally done. That's what she is. Finally done. Got it done, baby. There you go. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna get back to painting some figures now. I've been missing that. See you on the next one.
Really appreciate you guys sticking around and watching and sticking with the channel. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.